Hello and welcome back to Princess Evangile. Stop making excuses. Poke. Ow. She exploited the fact that my hands were occupied elsewhere to poke me in the forehead. Yeah, but look, I barely saw anything. I didn't even watch for what colour they were. You don't have to keep talking about it. Good point. Oh, you idiot. Well, Miss San, if you'll allow me. Right. Raisa removed her shoes and gently stepped onto my back. I'm not too heavy, I hope. Not at all. But, does feel a little weird having a girl trample on me. Some places you've got to pay good money for that. I would not call this trampling exactly. I could trample on your face if you wanted it to feel even weirder. I'd rather you didn't. I heard the pock of a marker cap being removed and Raisan moved onto her tiptoes on my back. There we go. Squeak, squeak, squeak. I'm just getting flashbacks to the Emperor's New Groove because I watched that recently where they're talking to squirrels. Squeak, squeakity, squeak, squeakin'. If you've never seen the Emperor's New Groove, it is better than it has any right to be. Because you get the impression the production was awfully troubled. Still. Thank you. I'm finished. Right. Then we should head back. Chio spoke up again as we descended the staircase. Hey, is it really that creepy here at night? Oh yeah. Though part of that might have been the tension of the situation. So when Ayaka-san gets back, would you like to have a test of courage here? Sure, I'd be in. That sounds nice. This'll be my first time doing a test of courage. It sounds interesting. Then we'll do it. I'll think of the specifics. Good. Does this sound like a really bad idea to anybody else? Because, you know, sounds like a really bad idea to me. Hey, that sounds like fun. I like it. 2 days had passed since we got the test of courage idea. I'm yawning a lot this morning, sorry. Let's take a drink, that usually helps. Two days had passed since we got the test of courage idea, and Ayaka-san, Ritsuki-chan, and Ryuki-san had all returned. The latter two had claimed they'd been staying home the whole summer, but, well, apparently they'd changed their minds. I'll be participating naturally. Good. What about you three? I would prefer not to participate. However, if Wanasama chooses to participate, I will accompany her. No, I believe that I will pass. I see. Then I will too. You don't like tests of courage, Ritsuki-chan? I do not enjoy them. But, more importantly, entering the clock tower without permission is a violation of school rules. I see. It was the response I'd expected from Ritsuku. So what about you then? What about you then, Ryuki-san? I still can't get the hang of the bloody titles. I believe that I shall participate. It is my first time. It sounds intriguing. Good. So that's 5 people in. How does tonight sound? I'm ready when you are. Yes. Roger. Strike when the iron is hot then. By the way, Ritsuki-chan, Riku-san, did you have a change of plans? Both my parents have caught cold. I told them I would care for them. They insisted I return to Venice's. Oh? Why's that? They did not wish for me to catch it. Ah, I see. They're so overprotective of me. I don't know what I'll do with them. Riku-san flashed a rare wry smile. What about you, Ritsuki-chan? I was concerned for my sister. Concerned? I love a Pete. Wake up, man. I looked at Ayaka-san. Well, I guess Ayaka-san doesn't seem like the type to get her homework done. Oh, isn't that nice? So you've come to know me so well, Miss Ayakun. Well, that's a part of it, but that would only hurt her, not anyone else. What a mean thing to say. She can do what she wants, but I won't have her causing trouble for a certain other person. A certain other person? I refer to you, of course. I don't know what she might try, so I have to keep watch over her. Ah, I see. You say that. You sure you didn't really just want to see Masaya-kun again? What are you talking about? Of course not. Really? Really? Can't fully forget your actions when we played Life earlier. That was simply a joke, a bit of fun. I thought we were in agreement about that. That is why I participated. That's right. Having only one boy in a group of girls, one can't help but feel like playing pranks. Yeah, that's right. But Masaya-san, please believe me when I say this. Yeah? The next thing I knew, Riku-san had my hand clasped warmly between hers. It isn't just any boy that inspires those feelings, only you. Hey, you don't get to leave us behind and play the good girl. Oh. It's quite bad manners to say something we took careful lengths not to say. Oh. The girls each latched onto one of Riku-san's arms. And meanwhile, Ayaka-san and Ritsuko-chan stayed out of the conflict, talking to each other quietly. Yes, it's true it was a game, but I was surprised to see you participate. You're usually so strict about everything. You said it during the game, didn't you? What? That I have lived most of my life on rails. It's true that I have, in some respects. And so I decided that, at least for once, I would cut a little loose and enjoy myself. I see. Well, I can understand that. Ayaka-san nodded, and for once in honest agreement. That night, we gathered in the rec room, just as we had in the afternoon. Well, let's go. I'll explain the rules after we arrive. Riku-san, what is that, bread? Riku-san held up the paper bag in her hand. No, this is not bread. It's a small preparation I have made. Hmm? That reminds me, it's only been 10 days since vacation started. People are already coming back. I thought you said most people stayed for the duration. Yes, that's right. Those that spend the whole duration at home are more like half, perhaps a third. How come? I mean, it's true dorm life's pretty comfortable, but... There is that aspect, but it has much to do with school policy as well. Huh? Policy? Obviously the school administration would like to keep an eye on the students, but they must also give them permission to return home for summer. So they prepare incentives. Incentives? They arrange events, and the motives behind them are underhanded, but they really are fun. So a surprising number of people return for them. Wow, events, huh? That actually sounds fun. It would be boring if homework was the only incentive anyway. Okay, I'll explain the rules, and they're very simple of course. I've placed some tags in the highest room in the tower that we visited this afternoon. You just have to retrieve one. We'll decide on the order with rock, paper, scissors, okay? What are the pairs? Pairs? I assume tests of courage always happen in pairs, so you know. You could be all, oh, I'm scared, and cling to someone, right? You really do have big breasts, Ayaka-sama. I even have cleavage, you want to see? No, thank you. And how about you, Masaya-kun? Hey, don't stick your neck out like a turtle. Ow! Ow! I thought of doing pairs too. There's only 5 of us, so I don't think we can really pair off. Eh, true enough. Also, I don't want people playing on the stairs and have someone fall by accident. It's taller than the campus building, that's true. Yes, I was thinking the same thing. And they brought these to improve the atmosphere. Riku pulled a candlestick and a candle from the paper bag. I inadvertently grimaced, though luckily it was dark enough that no one saw it. That sounds good. I want to make your way through the darkness without a candlelight. It's really like being on an adventure. Yes. Yeah, unless you've got It's got to be pyrophobia, surely. Fear of fire. I don't know that for certain, but that sounds right. Anyway, I ended up being first to the plate. Ugh. My hesitation was not at all due to the creepiness of the clock tower at night. There was that too, of course, but I was far more frightened of the light source in my hand. I was holding the lit candle in my hand, and the closer I held it, the more violent my fear became. And I tried to hold on to it, as far away from myself as I could. It was a futile effort. Okay, here's the thing. You don't get to say that, fire is terrifying, in the form of a candle. I appreciate he's been a bit, traumatized, but I have fired a flaming arrow at night. Now that is quite a terrifying experience, because all you can see is this huge ball of fire right in front of your own face. So that's kind of creepy. I looked up at the wall and saw my own shadow cast huge upon it. The opposite wall was pitch dark, the pitiful light of the candle failing to reach it. It really would be dangerous to come here without a light of any kind. I'd managed to run up the stairs before, but I'd been half powered by desperation then, and the empty sound of my footsteps rang through the deserted tower. The air was stagnant and sultry, so that the mountain and the stairs had me dripping in sweat. Phew. Phew. It was unusual for the mere act of climbing stairs to get me this far out of breath. And there was also my anxiousness in the face of the flame. Holding it straight out was an unnatural position, and it was probably tiring. I really wish I knew what was up with this pyrophobia of mine. Hey, it is pyrophobia, good. Thought that was right. Admittedly, my favourite humorous phobia is one I can't pronounce. Because I don't know if anybody's aware, the word for fear of long words is incredibly long. It's actually really funny. Until you realise that, people with it can't even say what they're afraid of. It's bizarre. At last, I reached the summit. And seeing them in the dark, all the names written up here are, well, they're kind of creepy. Places that seem scary in the dead of night seem almost ridiculously mundane when seen during the day in full sunlight. But the opposite was true as well, and the darkness made everything more frightening. I grabbed one of the tags with the words "Finish Line" written on it. Now then, it was time to head back, because really I just wanted to get rid of that candle as soon as possible. At first I proceeded carefully, my posture awkward, and the stairs were dark, and it would be far too easy to fall. Here we go, almost there. Maybe due to my nervousness, once I saw the first floor landing, I let down my guard. Ah! The world tilted and I spun backwards and began sliding down the stairs. And normally I've been able to straighten myself in the middle of the fall, but because I was holding the candle at arm's length, I couldn't do that now. And I couldn't just throw it away. If I did, I could well light the floor on fire. Light the floor on fire? God, that's stupid. There's nothing in here that would burn. And for a moment my mind went in circles, and as I did, the world shook around me as I continued to fall. Whoa! Ah! Ah! Unable to steady and right myself, eventually I completely lost my footing, and I tumbled end over end, as if freed from the bounds of gravity. I really think he's been in there too long. Let's go! Masaya! Masaya-san! Masaya-san! Masaya-kun! Hey, speak to me, Masaya! He must have missed the step. He's hit his head. I'm going to call the nurse. No, we need an ambulance. Does anyone have a cell phone? Oh, who doesn't have one? Look, fine, I'll go make the call. The blood! Oh no, he's bleeding so much. I'm sorry, I can't stand the sight of blood. Hey, Masaya, look, speak to me. Hey, you can't die. Masaya, please, wake up, don't die. That would be the most pathetic video game death I had ever seen. Fell down some stairs. You only get to have that in one of the Hitman games. Or possibly Dishonored. Actually, it's really funny. Yep, there's a interesting video series in Dishonored that's all about making the hits look like accidents. So one of the ones for the Pendleton brothers is that you basically possess the Pendleton brother who's up at the top of the tower. Just have him walk over to the stairs, depossess him, freeze time, use the wind blast to blow him down the stairs, and then leg it. Because he just falls down the stairs. And oh dear, what tragic accident, he fell down the stairs. Huh? Who is that girl? She's screaming. And she's crying. And the warm tears are rolling down her face. Onto my face. Don't cry. It's the girl. The girl's name is... That's right, I remember. It's not the name of an animal. It's Lily. The word just sounded like a name, so that's all it was, but I thought she was so pretty it suited her. The girl is... this. Huh? Huh? Ah! Ow! Ah! The second I tried to sit up, I felt a splitting pain in my head, my face twisted in agony. Messiah-san, you mustn't try to move. I turned my eyes towards the breathy voice and saw Riku-san slumped against the wall. That's right. You're bleeding. Bleeding? Well, ah! I put a hand to the back of my head and felt it soaked with blood. Oh, I missed the step. It hit my head. What about the fire? Fire? Wait a minute, they told you not to move. But the fire! Do you mean the candle? That went out when it hit the floor. Relieved, I rested my head back where it was. The stairs must be so uncomfortable. Here, rest on my lap. What? But just do it, please, hurry. My body from the neck down was on the floor, but my head had ended up on the first step. So carefully I moved my body so I could rest my head on Chio's lap. I'm worried. You did hit your head. I looked carefully and saw that there were tears in Chio's eyes. And I see the tears that I felt before. Reality had overlapped with my memories, but right now it was clearly Chio before me. And yet I called the name Liz. Chio brushed the hair out of my face with her hand, and in that moment I couldn't hold back anymore, and I let out a moan. What's wrong? Does it hurt? I'm sorry, Chio. What do you mean? What about my clothes? They're not that dirty. I remembered everything. Remembered what? That summer. I could feel a hot lump in my throat, and the tears welled up and they felt hot in my eyes, but turned cold as they rolled down my face. What are you talking about? I forgot it all. For so long, I must have had amnesia. Huh? I'm sorry, Chio. What are you apologizing for? Wait, don't tell me. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear what you're going to say. Huh? And the tears fell. Just like they did then. And that's how I knew what happened that summer was somehow connected to this moment. Because you're my messiah, Chio. What's going on? Why are you crying? It's not... Chio-san. What are you doing? Let me see his injury. The nurse's words, who's acknowledged the actual situation around us. The nurse's words, who acknowledged the... Yeah, okay, that's another slightly... Yeah, that... Not sure if that's a slightly dodgy translation or just a typo. The nurse's words, which acknowledged the actual situation around us, somehow felt out of place. I felt it. All three of us did. Nothing like rounding out a chapter with a head wound. Chapter 15. Summer. What the hell voice was that? Chapter 15. Summer camp. Summer camps. Not something we do in this country. I mean, at all, to the best of my knowledge. We all got a week's worth of house arrest for entering the clock tower without permission. Normally that'd mean I couldn't set foot outside my room, but, well, I actually spent all of it out of my room. I was in the hospital for testing. You did hit your head after all. We need to be cautious, just in case. That's what Sister Mishima had said. And there'd been an awful lot of blood, and I was pretty worried about it. It had completely gummed up my hair. According to what I had heard while at the hospital, head injuries always came with massive bleeding. Yeah, I can vouch for that. I've seen a couple of head wounds. That much was common. The real concern was the brain, but according to the CT scan, there weren't any problems there. Of course, I wasn't having any problems with dizziness or vomiting. It's going to leave quite the scar, but that's about the worst of it. And with the doctor's stamp of approval, I was back at school in a week. It's good to be home. I fell backwards into bed as I murmured to myself. I wonder if my house arrest will be a week starting now. That'll be pretty unbearable. Though I guess if I have to, I could always escape off through the veranda again. I wonder what the others were doing. I had no way to contact them after all. But it had only been a week, of course. Things... well, they couldn't have changed that much. I gazed up at the ceiling and thought back on my week at the hospital. Of course, I didn't have any particular memories of those days besides more tests, but... well, I'd had plenty of time to think. Think about that summer. A blow to the head must have been the primary cause of the memory loss. And the secondary cause was likely the trauma of the incident. I was almost killed after all. Surrounded by flames, the killer had come at me with a knife in hand. It was a terrifying experience. And it was that trauma that had caused me to overreact when the peeping Tom had pulled out the knife. If it had just remained at that, the memories would probably have fallen back into the abyss of amnesia as the days passed. But the candle, touched by the flame again, had stimulated the memories once more, and the nightmares became more intense as the memories kept trying to revive. And then the blow to the head had loosed the final stopper holding them in. Now I could remember it in detail. Even the unspeakable heat of those walls of flame, and the trembling terror the deadly woman had inspired. I remember those strange words she mumbled. Just who was she anyway? Now that I thought about it, I seem to know a few facts about the incident. People still talked about it, the incident that had shaken the peaceful town, and I'd probably heard it from someone or other. But just because I'd never made the connection, I'd never had much interest in it. I'd responded with, wow, that really happened, and never given it any further thought. I wonder if they finally caught the culprit. That was my greatest concern. But given that I was alive now, someone must have come to save me, which means they'd probably caught the person behind it. My other concern was naturally Liz Branch. I wonder why Rise-san hadn't realised it was me. I was in the hospital when it came to me. I'd accidentally gotten my head shaved and spent the whole summer wearing a hat to hide my shame. In addition, we'd referred to each other by nicknames the whole time. I never even learned her name. And, well, I doubt Rise-san she ever learned mine. I'm thinking back on it now.
運命的なランデブーよね.
Okay. It's like a destined rendezvous. That reunion of ours on that night truly must have been destiny. I never got our contact information. Years had passed, we'd both forgotten about it, and we lived in different worlds. Under normal circumstances, our paths would never have crossed. And yet on that night, we met. And if we hadn't, well, my memories of that summer may well have remained buried forever. I've never seen Chio again either. And that summer night, I'd broken my promise to her. She'd invited me earlier, but I turned her down and I'd even lied to her. I gave her a reason, of course, but at the end of the day it was just an excuse. I'd chosen Liz Branch. Maybe it was comfortable to stay lukewarm, to go out without ever choosing, but eventually you would lose the most important thing to you. It was time to put an end to my indecisiveness. Now that I had my memories back, it was time to move forward. There were no gendarmes stationed outside my door, so I assumed that the house arrest had been lifted, and I headed for the rec room. There were, after all, computers there, and they weren't locked into the school network, but they let you browse the internet too, and I decided I'd get to searching. Oh, that's weird. I produced a list of search results and started clicking, but the pages wouldn't load. And there was a message saying, "This home page is forbidden to access." Thinking maybe I'd chosen an improper keyword, I tried a few variants, but the result was the same. Huh. Well, if you're already looking at porn, I guess I don't have to worry about After Effects. Huh? Oh, it's just you, Ayaka-san. Don't say it's just you. We've all been worried sick about you, you know? You should have dropped in on us the minute you got back. Sorry. Ayaka-san was being unusually strict. And I suppose that just showed how worried she was. But, well, all joking aside, how are you doing? If it helps, I'm punching myself in the face as punishment for all this yawning. I'm great. I got to take the bandages off right away, and the doctor said there was nothing to worry about. Slipped into my own northern accent there. As I've noticed, my northern accent isn't that strong. It's just occasionally I'll use words like knee and nout, which are very northern. I see. That's good to hear. So what were you looking at just now? Was it really porn? Ayaka grinned and peered at the screen. Arson? Ah. You're familiar with it, Ayaka-san? Of course I am. I'm a local here. The incident's famous. Why are you looking at the arson? Just curious. Rai-san still didn't seem to remember me, so I thought I'd keep it on the down low. I'm a local too. I was just wondering what the deal with it was. That's right. But, well, you can't find out about it from the school computers. Yeah, why is that? I moved the mouse around and clicked on the page. See, they're all like that. They just say, "This home page is forbidden to access." It's filtered. Filtered. I don't know the details myself, but there's a lot of harmful pages out there on the net, you know. Businesses won't permit browsing of those, so they put filters on the computers. But, look, I understand filtering out porn, but why this? Well, our filters work on a whitelisting system. Whitelisting, huh? Whitelisting was the most severe form of filtering. It meant you could only view the pages that had been specifically designated as permissible. Basically defeated the entire purpose of the internet. May I? Let's see. You tapped at the keys and the first option for the kanji conversation was the word sperm. Oops, not that. Was that on purpose? Of course not. I'm just not used to typing. You meant to search for the Seishio for Bible, right? Yes. I tapped the keys and Ayaka-san spoke up in admiration. Oh, Masaya-kun, you type so fast. Yeah, well, a long time ago I had a job sort of like an operator. You really are skilled in many ways. The search brought up a lot of hits for pages about the Bible. The first was a link to what looked like an organisation. So I clicked it and this time the page displayed as normal. As you can see, well, if you're ever curious, you can search in the library later. I think they have some pocket edition newspapers. Right. Anyway, let's set that aside for now and let the others know you're back. Hold on a minute, I'll go fetch them. Masaya-san! Whoop. Oh. I really was so worried about you. Cool. Riku-san hugged me tightly. I could feel her shoulders trembling. Sorry. I stroked her head softly. Goo, goo! Sorry to you too. Goo! You usually move so leisurely, but you can certainly move fast when you want to. Excuse me, Rai-sama. I believe you're being rather overly harsh. Oh, oh my, what am I thinking? I didn't mean to say that out loud. So that's how you really feel. Well, her tears look genuine, so what can we do? Hey, what's with the restraint? That's not like you, Chio. Are you saying it's like me to be unrestrained? You should all be acting like her as far as I'm concerned. We were all worried after all. And on that subject, Well, before we get, dogpiled again, that to me seems like a reasonable point to end this video. So I will say thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next part.